Are you lazy or just tired? How to tell the difference? Ever found yourself staring at your to-do list, knowing you should be doing something but just can't? You're not sure if it's laziness or if you are just completely wiped out, isn't it? Maybe you have been feeling drained for days, but the thought of tackling anything just feels climbing a mountain. So, how do you know if you're actually tired or if you have just fallen into a lazy slump? It's not always obvious. You might feel guilty for not getting things done, but there's a difference between burnout and just needing rest. In today's video, we are diving deep into how to tell if you are truly exhausted or simply avoiding the work. Because figuring this out is the key to taking control of your energy and your life. Let's uncover the truth behind what's really holding you back. The importance of understanding the difference. Let's get this out of the way. Understanding whether you're lazy or just tired isn't just about making excuses for yourself. It's crucial for your mental and physical well-being. Here's why. When you mistake exhaustion for laziness, you end up pushing yourself harder than you should, leading to burnout. On the flip side, when you ignore your true fatigue and label it as laziness, you risk self-blame and guilt. This constant battle can spiral into a cycle of negative thoughts, self-doubt, and even depression. It's not just about getting stuff done, it's about knowing yourself well enough to take the right actions. So, knowing the difference is essential, not just to get back on track, but to do so in a way that's kind to yourself. Once you figure out if you are dealing with the tiredness or lack of motivation, you can approach your goals for a healthier perspective, make better choices, and finally break free from that stuck feeling. It's about being honest with yourself, and that honesty can be the key to unlocking the energy you need to thrive. What does laziness really mean? Laziness is such a loaded word, isn't it? But what does it actually mean? It means that it's more than just not doing anything. Laziness is an active decision to avoid work, even when you know you're fully capable. It's procrastination, avoidance, and putting things off without a legitimate reason. You are sitting there with the energy to do something, but you keep scrolling on your phone, distracting yourself with the next episode on Netflix, or making excuses to delay the inevitable. Sounds familiar, isn't it? Laziness often carries a heavy sense of guilt. It's not about being physically tired, it's about being an emotional resistance to work. You know you could do it, but you don't, either because you're bored, uninspired, or just not mentally invested. The hardest part about laziness is that it doesn't usually come with the physical signs of fatigue. Your mind might be working, but you're stuck in a loop of doing nothing, and before you know it, hours pass. It's also a mental trap. The longer you put something off, the harder it becomes to start. But understanding the laziness is a choice opens up the possibility to break free from it and find motivation again. Understanding fatigue and its impact. Now let's talk about fatigue. Fatigue is not just being tired, it's exhaustion in both your body and mind. When you're truly fatigued, everything feels like a mountain, even getting out of bed. Unlike laziness, fatigue leaves you feeling physically drained, mentally foggy, and emotionally worn out. Fatigue can hit you after long work hours, stressful weeks, or just a few bad nights of sleep. And here's the kicker. Fatigue doesn't always look like we expect. You might think it's only about feeling sleepy, but it can also show up as a lack of energy or focus, making it difficult to do anything productive, even things you love. Mentally, fatigue makes your brain feel sluggish, your thoughts disjointed. Emotionally, you feel overwhelmed by even the smallest task. When you're fatigued, you're physically incapable of doing your best work, even if you want to. The worst part, you might mistake it for laziness, beating yourself up for not being able to push through. But the reality is that fatigue needs time, care, and rest to heal, not a motivational pep talk. Recognizing fatigue as a real and valid reason for slowing down can help you take the right steps to recover. Physical symptoms of being tired. You have probably noticed it before: the heavy eyelids, the constant yawning, and the intense longing for a nap. These are just a few physical signs that tell you your body is truly tired. Unlike laziness, which is more of a mental block, physical tiredness is very much in your face. You can feel your muscles aching, your energy draining with every small task. Even thinking about lifting your phone feels like a workout. Fatigue hits you physically, making it clear that your body needs rest, not a burst of motivation. Your brain may start feeling foggy and you could experience difficulty focusing on tasks. You are not avoiding work, you physically can't summon the energy to get it done. This kind of tiredness doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mood and cognitive abilities too. You might find it hard to stay positive or productive, even when you are genuinely interested in what you're doing. Ignoring these physical signs of tiredness can worsen your condition, turning temporary exhaustion into long-term burnout. So, if your body is sending you all the signals, heavy eyes, low energy, and muscle fatigue, it's time to listen. Your body is asking for rest, not productivity. Mental and emotional exhaustion. It's not just your body that gets tired. Your mind and emotions can hit a wall too. Mental exhaustion happens when your brain is overloaded with stress, decisions, or constant information. Maybe you are juggling too many tasks at once or grappling with worry. When your mind is overwhelmed, it feels like everything is too much to handle. Thoughts get fuzzy, concentration is tough, and even simple decisions become paralyzing. On the emotional side, exhaustion can show up as feeling drained or disconnected. Emotional fatigue is when you are so worn out from dealing with life's ups and downs that even being around people becomes exhausting. You might find yourself withdrawing or feeling like you are on an autopilot with no energy to engage or connect. This kind of tiredness is often misjudged as laziness because it doesn't show in the physical ways. It's hard to explain to others why you feel unmotivated when you're technically rested. But emotional and mental fatigue takes a toll. After requiring more than just a good night's sleep, it takes reflection, self-care, and sometimes a break from all the stressors. Knowing this difference helps you be kinder to yourself, acknowledging that rest isn't just physical, it's emotional and mental too. What happens when you're lazy? Laziness isn't about being tired, it's about avoidance. It's that feeling of knowing exactly what needs to be done, but still choosing to do something else. Anything else? You can be sitting there with a ton of energy and yet you're scrolling through social media, finding any excuse to delay your responsibilities. The trick with laziness is that there's always this underlying guilt. You know you should be doing something productive, but somehow you can't bring yourself to start. Procrastination, avoidance, and a general lack of drive are all signs of laziness. When you are lazy, your motivation is low, and it's not just because you're physically tired, it's because you're emotionally checked out or bored. You're actively choosing comfort and distraction over progress. The worst part, the longer you let laziness take over, the harder it is to break the cycle. It starts to feel like an easy way out, and you begin to justify putting things off. The good news, it's possible to overcome. Once you recognize it is a mindset, you can challenge yourself to push through those mental blocks and regain momentum. Remember, overcoming laziness is about breaking the pattern, setting small goals, and gradually shifting your focus back to the task at hand. How to tell if you're lazy or tired? This is the tricky part. How do you really know if you're lazy or just tired? One of the easiest ways to figure it out is to pay attention to how you feel when you're trying to work. If you're tired, there's a good chance you'll find yourself physically drained, but still wanting to push through. Maybe you have had a bad night's sleep or are coming off a stressful week. You may not feel like working, but you know you need to rest more than anything. On the other hand, when you're lazy, you might actually feel some energy but no desire to start. It's about being physically drained. It's about a lack of motivation or interest in the task. You might find that even when you're not exhausted, you keep stalling, feeling no urgency to tackle your responsibilities. A key indicator is the presence of guilt. If you have been sitting around doing nothing, you'll likely feel bad about it, and that guilt can drive you to eventually take action. However, if you're really tired, you'll notice that your body is asking for rest. The main takeaway: pay attention to whether your body or mind is actively resisting work or just needs a reset. Solutions for fatigue. So, you have figured out you're tired, not lazy. Now, how do you tackle that fatigue? First, it's important to recognize that rest isn't just about getting more sleep, it's about recovery. Quality sleep is crucial, but other factors contribute to feeling recharged. Start by checking your energy levels throughout the day. Are you fueling your body with the right foods? A balanced diet with plenty of nutrients can help restore your energy. Dehydration is another culprit, so make sure you are drinking enough water. Now, let's talk about exercise. It might seem counterintuitive, but physical activity boosts your energy in the long run. Even a quick walk can refresh your mind and body. Stress is often a huge contributor to fatigue, so managing it is the key. Meditation, deep breathing, and regular breaks throughout the day can prevent burnout. Don't forget the power of saying no. Learning to set boundaries is essential for maintaining your energy. And most importantly, listen to your body. If it's asking for a break, take it. Rest isn't a sign of weakness, it's a necessity. By recognizing the need for recovery and setting up the healthy habits, you can bounce back from fatigue stronger than ever. Now that you know how to tell the difference between laziness and true fatigue, it's time to take action. Whether it's resting your body, refreshing your mind, or breaking free from avoidance. Understanding your energy levels is the first step to getting back on track. So, the next time you're stuck, ask yourself, is it time for a rest or just push to get going? Thank you so much for watching, and remember, taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. See you in the next video.